I'm working on a 2001 GMC Safari, and I am going to be replacing the oxygen sensors. There are 3 oxygen sensors on this vehicle. As you can see, here are the part numbers. 2 of them are the same, and then one of them is different. The different one is the one that gets installed on the left-hand side, the driver's side, upstream of the catalytic converter. Catalytic converter, while the 234 4650, one of them gets applied to the passenger side front, upstream, and the other one gets installed downstream of the catalytic converter. Now, in there, to quickly show you, there, if I can get a good shot. Okay, there we go. Right there is the catalytic converter. Right there is the oxygen sensor that I just replaced. Before you remove the old oxygen sensor, you want to go ahead and make sure the area around it is all clean so that you don't have any debris falling in once you removed it. Secondly, it gives you a visual on what the area looks like. I applied a loosener. It's called PB penetrating catalyst, just to help me remove it, but I really didn't need it. It was very lightly tight. Just a little bit of force I was able to turn it. The only thing is in order to get to the passenger side, you have to remove the shield on your transmission at this location. There's 2 bolts, just to show you right there. There's 2 bolts that holds this thing in place. Right there, you can see those 2 openings where the bolt goes. It covers this area. Once you remove it, then you're able to get your wrench in there to loosen and remove the oxygen sensor. And it makes it significantly easier for you to reach in there and see that clip up there. That's the clip that you have to disengage from. Once you've done this, the new oxygen sensor comes with a longer wire, so you want to make sure you route it up so that it doesn't touch the engine or anything hot, so that it doesn't burn and you end up with frayed wires. The other oxygen sensor on the driver's side is right there. That's the one I removed, and I will be installing one shortly. It connects to that spot there, and then the rear one is at this location, and this is the downstream one, and it connects right there. As you can see, there's a hole and there's the connector. So that's basically it. It's significantly simple to do this on your own. The other thing that you want to keep in mind when installing the new one in is you have to apply some anti-seize. This is the Denso. This is the original oxygen sensor that came with the vehicle. It's available at AutoZone. Just get them to price match an online source. I got them for $35 for the left driver side, and then the other ones were like $32 each, as opposed to $60 or something like that other people are selling it at. I've applied the copper anti-seize that comes along with the package. The other thing that I've done here is I've applied some dielectric grease to the opening on the plug, so that this helps create a seal when you install the clip in, and hopefully will make it watertight. I've got about 147,000 miles on this vehicle. I did not get a code, but in the past I have. But I've always reset it just because I was kind of lazy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and replace it. Just to kind of show you what the sensor looks like, the one that I removed, it's right here. As you can see, There's no way to tell. There's no way to tell if it's good or bad, and this is what it looks like new. So obviously, quite different. That's about it. As usual, always make sure that you have jacked up the car and installed proper safety, taking the proper safety precautions before you get underneath the vehicle, because the last thing is you want the vehicle to come on top of you. So always play it safe. Never hoist up the car and leave it on the jack, because hydraulics always fail. All right, well, that's about it. Hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.